Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Rewind That. It's your girl Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one, when I go live. Okay, so it is pretty late. It's 1:02 a.m. guys. I did want to go on at 12 midnight, but I was live on someone else's channel, my girl Nita, so I couldn't really put together my stuff. So we're going to get right into this, guys. I don't want to hold anybody up. I don't want to be long. I'm going to get my thoughts out. I'm going to try my best to remember, so talk to me. I see that there's a few folks coming on. Talk to a sister and let's get it. So this is The Chi, season 5, episode number 5, and it's called We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off. But you did, Emmett. And what's her name? Emmett and the other chick, Keisha. Okay. Hey, Jeremiah. Hey, Damien. Hey, Plays for Keeps. All right. You don't got to take your clothes off. We don't got to take our clothes off. But that's listen, when I saw that title, I thought to myself, they definitely talking about Keisha and Emmett, and they're not going to have sex. That's what I told myself. And I was wrong. Now let's get into it, guys. The episode starts off with Gemma, and obviously she told Jake that she's pregnant, and he's like, "What are we gonna do?" And she says, she says, "Well, listen, I'm just gonna have to do what I have to do." Long story short, guys, Jake wants to keep the baby, and I'm not gonna say that I'm surprised about this, but I just feel like Jake. Okay, so I felt like there was either two things, obviously, right? Because there's only one or two things somebody can do in the situation. Jake has been very rude to Gemma in the past, so you would think that he'd be like, "Girl, get out of here. I don't want to have no baby." But because we know how Jake is, also he wants a family, right? He comes from a broken background, and he does have a soft heart when it comes to his family. So I'm not very surprised that he actually wants to keep the baby. But Gemma is saying, "I'm sorry, I want a life. This is what I want to do." And Jake is saying, "So you can't find out who you are or have a life with a baby?" And I'm just like, "Jake, honey, listen, guys, when I say this, I'm not advocating for abortion, but I'm just looking like, Jake, I get why you want to keep your baby, but the stuff that you're saying is not helping." He just sounds so lost. All right, we're gonna get more into that. Let me say hello to some folks. Hey, Art Love and Karen Jones, my girl KJ, and Vay KJ I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna get your name to just flow, okay? Lawrence Greer, how are you? He says it was a great episode. Okay. Support gaming. Hey. Yeah, thought she would, but guess what? We don't know. We still don't know what she's gonna do, but we're gonna talk more as we get into this review. We are definitely gonna talk some more. Okay, so she's just like, "Listen, I care what you think, but this is my body." And didn't we talk about this last week when I said she reminds me of this type of chick that will be on some "it's my body, my choice," right? I did say that, and this is exactly what she's hitting Jake with, the "my body, my choice" stuff. Okay, I'm sorry, this is not your choice. And it is sad for men when they go through stuff like this, when they do want to keep the baby and their girl aborts the baby. I do feel bad for men that are in this situation, but these are kids. And Jake, he doesn't even know what he wants to do with his life. Yes, he's saying, "I'll take care of you guys. I'll get a job. I'll get 2 jobs," but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't see this going well. Of course, people have babies at a young age all the time. But as far as Gemma and, her dreams and whatever the heck she wanted to do, I don't know. So we'll see. Oh, but then we see that he's really sad, and he's like, "Well, why don't you want to have my baby?" So she doesn't say anything about that, but she does see that he's very sad. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about that later as well, and see how that does affect her and how she's thinking. All right, so now we get to this scene where we see that Keisha and Emmett are spending a lot of time together. And guys, it's really making me wonder what the heck is going on. Like we know that this is what they're doing, right? They're getting these kids back together, but the way they're doing it is making me feel like I don't know. I'm not here for the way they're going about it. I don't know. I'm gonna get into it a little more later. Like I don't want to keep jumping ahead. So like she's there, the baby's not there, the kids are not there, so I'm just like, okay, so now you're just here at his place, you supposed to be at college and everything, and now you just spending all this time with Emmett, and he's listening to his Marshawn, and Marshawn over here singing. I'm like, how the heck Marshawn is this guru, right? And he's helping Emmett change his life. She and he turns into D-Ray, and I'm like, with the jokes and stuff, singing and all that. So that was kind of funny. I thought that was funny, but I'm like, okay, like you're Marshawn, you're not D-Ray, so turn the comedy off. Even though I liked it. Hey LSW, so I guess he's eating cereal, she's making him coffee. It does look like she might be doing some schoolwork there. She asked him, what is he listening to? She never saw him so locked into anything, and he says it's Master Marshawn. And she's like, is he certified? Someone that, does he have a degree, or why is he qualified to give you advice? And he said, listen, he's helping me be a changed man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what degrees he has. And I totally agree with what he's saying. You don't have to be, somebody that's certifiable or have degrees or anything like that. If you've experienced some enough and you've gone through something where you took a certain path and it helped change your life, there's nothing wrong with you sharing that path and that information with other people. All right. So let's move on with these folks because the babies ain't there. I think that's my only thing I'm looking at. Then we have Kevin and his little girlfriend. I forgot her name, guys. And she's going to cosplay, like this cosplay event. And this is one where you don't dress up as existing superheroes, you create your own. So she's going to be the Moon Whisperer. Like she's so weird in this cute way. All right. And she's saying, you should go with me. And he's like, that's not my thing. But then she convinces him, and he's like, you know what? I really like the rain. Like, I just wish I could snap my fingers. I see you, Lawrence. I wish I could snap my fingers and it would just rain and everything. And then it's kind of weird when you hear somebody say that they like rain. I like rain as far as sleep sounds and going to sleep. Like since I was a kid, like if it was like a thunderstorm going on, I can actually go by the window and lift up the window long as the screen is down and just take a nice nap to like hard rain and just thunder. I used to love that, still do. But because he was saying he wished that at a snap of a finger, he could rain. He wished it could rain or whatever. It made me think of that song, that old song. To you, it might sound strange, but I wish it would rain. Anyway, because it's not everybody don't love the rain. Sometimes rain makes people more depressed and stuff like that. All right. So like I said, she convinces him, and that's when they're in the mirror and she asked him what power would he want to have. And he said, but how do you be rain? And how am I going to make a costume with that? And she says, that's totally up to you. All right. We're going to get back to that. And now we have my boy, oh my gosh, I hate when I freaking forget these names. Rashad and Deja. And listen, she's opening up his eyes to all kinds of stuff. I told y'all she was going to do that. Especially, look, when that first date, when they was on the floor on the cushions and everything, and he made her dinner and stuff, and she said to him, have you ever been wine tasting? I said, she is going to open his eyes to a lot of different things, a lot of culture and all of that stuff. And it's gonna go well. That's what I think. So look, she done hooked him up with a facial, and they laying down, and he's like, I really care about you. And he's really feeling her a lot. And she tells him that he deserves all these things. And he's like, I never had no one to tell me that. And he's like, I always thought it was the other way around. So this is cute. Me too, LSW. I like them together. And I love the whole thing. Like he's accepting her, she's accepting him. Well, for him, it's not really accept. She's just, great or whatever, but she's accepting him, right? She's saying that she always told herself that she didn't want a man with a record, but he done changed her mind. But when he said to her, I know it's only been a few weeks, I was like, don't you say it, boy. Do not say it, okay? There's nothing wrong with him loving her. I know some people fall in love quick. It is possible, but I just didn't want him to say it, all right? That's all. I felt like, don't say it yet. Just like get to know each other a little more. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. But Tay, he said I love you, and she said I love you too. And it's just so cute. Anyway, Lawrence Greer says this couple makes the most and only sense in the show. It really, seriously, right? Oh my gosh, it's such a breath of fresh air for real. And the way he's looking, like I don't know if y'all noticed that, and I've noticed it since Jason Weaver came on the show, since he appeared and he came out of jail with what was that, last season? He looked a little aged, and I was like, that looks weird. So now the way, now that he's with this girl, he's got a haircut, he's getting the facial, like he really looks young again. So maybe they aged him up just a little bit to make him look rough and stuff like that, because I was like, I don't remember him looking like this. But anyway, yes, please hit the like button, please. Thank you so much. All right, so now we get to this scene where Roz, she calls the meeting, and of course Tracy's acting stink as usual because she does not want Q around at all. And she's like, what are they doing here, right? And Tracy is letting it be known that people are stealing packages, okay? And so we need to get this situation handled. So when they find out that it's stealing packages, what's his name? Duda is over there talking about, are you serious? We called this meeting because somebody's stealing packages. Like, it's petty. And, Tracy's over there saying, yes, it's really petty. And I'm like, are y'all serious? This is people's hard-earned money, okay? People done came out of a pandemic. You don't know anybody's pockets. Just because y'all all, y'all got money and this and that, does not mean that it's petty. And I like how Roz said, it may be petty to y'all, you know what I'm saying? But if people start to get tired of this, they will start complaining that the cops are needed. Like, we want the cops back. Okay. So I was really annoyed by this whole thing. Oh, this is petty. Like, I would be really pissed off if people were stealing my packages. You know what I'm saying? So she says, listen, I need you guys to handle this situation. If you want to keep the cops at bay, then y'all got to go speak to the people who are behind the whole package stealing. Like, this is it's not just people are running and stealing packages. It's like a whole little operation they got going on, like a side hustle or something like that. All right. So that's what they do. They go talk to these guys, and we're going to get to that scene soon. So now we have Fatima. She shows up to this event called Follow Your Dreams Day or something like that. And she wound up hearing about it because Tiara called her. And he knew, Trig, he knew that Fatima was going to be there. And she was like, okay, so you put on a little cologne and all of this stuff. And, even though he heard her say that she has to cover the event, he's asking her, do you want to get out of here? And she was like, I have to stay and cover the event. Like, what? I mean, you did hear her say that, right? Like, calm down, bro. All right. So, but she said, after I'm done, we can go out. So they went out. You see, they have a few drinks and everything. We also know that they started smoking some weed a little bit and talking. They did wind up talking about Imani, and she asked if he missed her and all of this stuff. And, he said he does miss her in the mornings especially. And my thing was, I thought he was so in love with Imani. I expected him to say, like, I think about her every second practically, But that's not how the Shy is. They do they try to gradually erase their characters. You know what I'm saying? Once they're off the show, they kind of try to erase them a little bit. Anywho, even though they're talking about Imani, just like they did with what's his name? What was that guy? Brandon. But with Brandon, they tried to drag his name through the mud like he wasn't a stand-up dude. But anywho, I digress. So LSW says, I don't trust her. Yeah, I don't know, right? I'm kind of getting that vibe a little bit too. Don't know if we could really trust this lady yet. But here's the interesting conversation in this scene right here, because he's telling her, I don't want the people, I just want the people to know that I'm not BSing them, right? And she says, so then why are you basically willing to live a lie? Something like that, right? And this is when the whole conversation comes up about who he prefers, right? Or who he's dating and all that stuff. And so he brings up a point to say that, you know, a trans woman is a woman and he's attracted to women. So he can't be gay, right? And then she says, but have you ever dated a cis woman? And I've never heard this term before, guys. All right. This is what they're calling us, ladies. They're calling us cis women. All right. So I looked it up, and apparently it's when a woman, so that's born a woman, is assigned the gender at birth. And I said assigned, like, and then it says based on the appearance of the genitals. Like, really? The appearance? No, this is the vagina and that's the penis. Like, no, ain't no daggone. Whew, it's a lot. It's very complicated. But anyway, so I wanted to know, hey, pretty girl. Yes, I am, girl. I'm surprised you up too. So this is the question that I had last week. It was, what is a man like? What is this man called? A man who is only attracted to trans women. And he asked that. He asked Fatima that. And she said, I don't know. So I was surprised because I was waiting. I said, okay, here we go. Here we go. I was waiting for the answer. I thought they might have had something, but they don't have anything. Pretty much, Lawrence. That's it, pretty much, because yeah, what else? I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. Okay. And so yeah, that's his face. He's just like, what do we call this? Okay. Now, anyway, so now we have Jake, who he went over to Kevin's house, and I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta go tell your boy. Okay, you done stole his girl. All right, look, I'm one of the ones that ain't forgot. All right, I know a lot of y'all out there have not forgotten how Jake and Gemma got together. I'm one of those. I don't wish them well at all or anything. So listen, okay, he got to go and tell the friend that he stole his girl that he got the girl pregnant. Mm-mm-mm. It almost reminds me of that line where Tupac said, my phony homie had a baby by my old girl, something like that. Anyway, so he's telling her, and then look, God bless this young man's heart, Kevin, because he's just, I don't know how he felt when he first heard it, but he, you could see he looks a little down. I think maybe he's moved on. It does seem like he's moved on. He gives some good advice, and he's like, listen, are y'all ready for that? And Jake says, who is ever ready? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, well, it is. He was kind of sounding a lot like Gemma was saying, like, it's not about you. At the end of the day, she got to do what's best for her. She has a life, And so then Jake says, are you jealous? And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, are we really doing this? Don't you dare. Don't do that. So Kevin did not go in on him. He just told him, like, that you know me better than that, right? And so Jake was like, oh, I'm tripping, I'm sorry, or whatever. So before he came in there, we learned that he did not he missed Jake's call, and he didn't answer the phone or anything, right? And he didn't call him back, but he knew that Jake was on his way over. So he said, I'll find out what's going on when I get there. So then when Jake walked in, he saw this horrible costume that Kevin was putting together. And so when he was leaving, he was like, listen, let me hook you up. And I really like the fact that he took him back. It looks like he took him back to his house, and he whooped out like this little art kit and everything. And look, guys, I really like what this is showing us. And sometimes this is what happened in life. This young man is lost. He tried to join a basketball team. He can't even freaking play basketball, but he knows art. And this is what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it could be stuff that's at your fingertips. It's right in front of your face. It's something that you like to do. It's something that you think is a hobby, but that's your calling. That's your gift. This young man needs to go to school for art. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. So Stop playing around, Jake. You want to talk about getting a job, this and that. That's great. Get a job, but also go to school part-time for art if you are about to have a baby so you can have an education and you can get yourself together. All right. So he hooks his costume up and I thought that was really cute. Hey, Inga. All right. And that's that. So meanwhile, we have Gemma and Maisha at the Follow Your Dreams Day event. All right. And we see that Gemma is really going through it. She's very stressed out. Of course, this is a stressed out moment. When I was pregnant at 18, I was stressed out, and I'm old, and obviously I'm older than this young lady here. So of course she's really stressed out, but she's not afraid to tell her parents. I was afraid to tell my parents. Okay. She is on some like, I'm just stressed out because I have dreams and I have hopes and this and that and the third, and I have everything all together, but she's looking around. Look, Maisha it was such a serious contrast between her and Maisha, because Maisha was like, I'll take this brochure, I'll take this folder. She was just excited to be there. And Gemma is walking around looking all sad, like, what am I going to do? And she can hardly engage with what's going on. I don't even know why she fought. I don't even know why the heck she showed up, but I guess if she's not going to college, it doesn't mean she doesn't have dreams, right? So then she goes into the bathroom with Maisha and she tells Maisha that Jake is mad at her because she doesn't want to keep the baby. And Maisha was like, oh, well, he'll get over it. And she was like, but he looks so sad. That's what she said. She was like, Gemma said, he looks so sad. And Maisha said, he'll get over it. And that's when Gemma said, well, I get over it. Then she goes into this whole thing where she said, last night I had a dream that I had a baby. I mean, I kept the baby and I had the baby. And Maisha was like, sounds like a nightmare. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, y'all know, sometimes you have those friends that are just kind of like, oh, I don't even know if I want to even tell you. Okay. Like, you're just a little too, it's a dagger situation going on right now, girl. Put the daggers away, girl. Put them away. Let me just be in my feelings and say whatever I have to say. And y'all know I do not care about this little girl like that at all, but I'm just saying. So Gemma tells her, look, it wasn't a nightmare. It was actually nice. Okay, pretty nice. And then Maisha says, then you woke up, right? How did you feel after that? And so she's just kind of quiet, and it's just a whole sad situation. And look how she's dressing, though. She's already dressing all baggy and everything. We just found out last week's episode that you were pregnant, and now all of a sudden you're wearing all these baggy clothes. Like, girl, go sit down. I hate when they do that on shows sometimes. And yes, LSW, Gemma needs a mother figure in her life very badly because she is all over the place. All right. So let's move on, because look, what's her name? Maisha, she don't even know what to say anymore. Like, I don't know. I can't even help you out, but I'm going to go to college. So next, remember, we see in the trailer for the whole season, right? The season 5 trailer, we saw a gun being pointed at Emmett's face, and it's none other than freaking Bakari. And it's like, Bakari, what the heck are you doing? All right. And look, it's a good thing that Rashad was there. He, took the gun from him and everything. And Bakari was on his way out the door. He said, get back here and sit down. Bakari still tried to leave. He said, let's go, get in here, sit down. Okay. So he has a sit down with him. And remember what I said, guys. I said, they're focusing on Bakari for a reason. They're trying to do some kind of character arc for this kid. That's what I believe. And I said, we don't know his backstory. We're starting to get a little bit of his backstory, right? We're seeing that this kid is troubled for a reason. He's lost for a reason. He doesn't have a family. He's staying on his friend's couch. He doesn't have a job. He's robbing. He's one of the kids that's stealing the freaking packages from the people. Okay. Now I'm hoping that that's not going to come back to bite his behind and get him killed. You know what I'm saying? Because that dude, Quentin Q, I don't know, guys. I definitely feel like he's gonna come and wreak a little bit of havoc before something happens to him. I'm gonna give y'all my little theory once we get to him. But listen, Shad has a serious heart for this kid because he's been there, and his main thing is nobody reached out to him when he was Bakari's age, And that's exactly what the heck he's going to do. I love people like this because they want to give back, and they want to give back what they missed out on, instead of continuing to create this this malfunction in the community. You know what I'm saying? Or people just continuing the poison, right? That's in the community, instead of saying, let me feed this kid all the bad stuff and just, let me pass it on and let him do everything bad. He's trying to say, no, I remember, and this is what I wish that somebody did for me, and I'm about to do it for this kid. So I really appreciate this about Shad. I love the compassion and the heart that he has for this kid. And Bakari is like, he's hurting. And I know, look, we know daggone well that he done killed somebody. He killed Pop. I mean, oh gosh, God forbid. He killed, what's his name? Ronnie. All right. But the kid is in a lot of trouble and he needs guidance. He's lost out here. So unfortunately, this is it. I also do like the fact that they're doing something for this actor, because if he only shows that he could be like a little thug in a show, then he's going to be typecasted. So shout out to Lena Waithe for letting this kid show that he has range, so that he can have other acting opportunities in some other stuff, so that they don't have to keep calling on him to be somebody's little gangster. Okay, let me look at what you guys are talking about. Support Gaming says Bakari gonna end up in jail like Shad and become humbled. What else? Refresh my memory. Have they ever mentioned if Jim's mother is dead? I don't think she's dead. I think she like abandoned her or something crazy like that. LSW said he is bad influence for Papa. And I'm not sure about that yet. I'm not sure. That I'm trying to figure that part out. I don't know if Papa is gonna rub off on Bakari, or if it's gonna be the other way around. I kind of feel like that's a possibility, that he might rub off, that Papa might, some good might rub off on Bakari. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure. It doesn't mean that being around Bakari won't get Papa hurt, because Bakari has a past. So yeah, we can't forget that. But I don't know. I'm seeing something better for Bakari, but I don't have a good feeling about it. I feel like his past is going to catch up to him, or something like that is going to happen. And I think if anything happens to him, that's going to make it sad, because he was trying to change and he was lost. That's what I'm going with. But I'm trying to be hopeful. Everybody, nobody wants to give this kid a chance, but it's all good. Let me see. How the F is this kid walking around and everyone knows he's the murderer? Just like they said, there's so many of them. There's so many murderers in that hood. He ain't the only one. And he only got one body. All them other dudes got a whole bunch. And I'm not making no excuses for him. But I'm just saying. And exactly. Did we forget last season that Rashad almost beat the F out of Bakari for insulting money? Hey, Rashad has been putting his hands on this kid. He done slammed him and knocked the freaking wind out of him in this season. Listen, the boy doesn't have anybody like a father figure or anybody to rough him up, and he might respect that. You see, when he was leaving and he said, boy, you better stop and come sit down. He went and sat down. Okay. This is a kid who just needs guidance, and he's freaking lost. Now, I think when it comes to Bakari, I believe that they need to like always have like that foot on his neck until he's totally reformed, because I think that it'll be easy for him to kind of slip back into his own way, because he's pretty much been raising himself, right? We don't know exactly what happened to his family, but that's that. Karen Jones says, I was disappointed in Papa for waiting for Jake's reaction to Bakari living there. Yeah. All right, let's see. Papa gets on my nerves. They just need to take a nuke and drop it on Smokey's. Every cast member will be there. This show is trash. Wow. All right, let me get back to So listen, this girl knows how to throw down now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was very irked about this scene first of all, she invited herself to the game night that is for all men. That annoyed me. I understand that they're friends and everything, but I don't want her to be acting so thirsty. I know that they have a past and they have, they love each other. Obviously, first as friends and then, obviously as lovers and all that good stuff. But it's a little thirsty for me. She's been there all day. Who knows what the heck has been going on? Where's her baby? Obviously her baby is with her mom and all that stuff, but I don't know, guys. Like I said, I don't like how this is playing out. To me, it's too quick. That's how I feel. It's too quick. Let it have some time. He's supposed to be celibate and finding himself. She's supposed to be, still healing from this whole situation. And I just don't like how they're going about it. And now all of a sudden she could throw down like Big Mama's house. And it just irks me. Okay, so whatever. And then she cooked all of this stuff in a matter of which seems to be 20 minutes, even though they tried to play it off when Emmett came down the stairs and she was like, well, that was a long shower. Okay, well, how long was the shower? 45 minutes? I'll give you 45 minutes. But 45 minutes to make this? I don't know. Y'all. I mean, let me look to see what this is. It looks, it's some bread, it's some biscuits, some bread, some pasta looking stuff, some dip she made. It takes a little more time than that, sweetheart. So anyway, so she's like, taste it. And he's tasting and he loves the dip, he loves the chips, yada 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 yada. Okay, so I'm kind of over that. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I'm over it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not like pushing for them to be together. It has to be cuter than this for me. I don't know. They're going behind Tiffany's back. And yeah, I have more to say, but let me see. I'm just saying, hey, well, Tiffany moves on rather quickly. Yes, absolutely. Listen, she's been moving on from just being in, that open marriage situation. So that wasn't hard. And Tiffany is a hoe, guys. I'm sorry. I keep saying it. That's what she is. That's what she started off as in this series. Okay. So, yeah. Don't mean to keep saying that, but that's what it is. Naya, hi. She said, I don't know how they wanted us to believe she basically made an entire Thanksgiving dinner while Emma was in the shower. Exactly. So very annoyed at this point. So let me see. Girl, you can doctor up some dip from the dollar store. That's true, but that's not all she made was dip. She made a whole thing, a whole feast, Big Mama's house Sunday dinner. And I ain't buying it, simple answer, this show has fairy tale magic vs. That's why nothing adds up or even seems too quick. Okay, okay, we're gonna take it like that. All right, so now let's move on because this is what happens. Q and Douda, they go down to the to this, I don't know what the heck this place is, but there's an operation, there's a bunch of workers. They don't really seem like they're like, I don't know, street thugs like that. They look like they're, like they have jobs, but this is like a little side hustle, if my memory is serving me correctly. Like they had on these, what was that? The stuff that they be having, them little vests that have like like it's like neon colors and stuff, reflectors and all that. I don't know. But anyway, so they're like, who are you? And Q tells them, I'm the boogeyman, okay? And he is basically telling them that I want 20% of every dollar that y'all make of this little operation. The dude says, screw you. And Q was ready to, yoke him up. And he did yoke him up, but he was ready to kill him with his bare hands. Now, Douda looks at Q once he says this, and he's like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, what are you doing? Like, he didn't say this yet, but that's the look that he gave. As soon as he heard Q say, I want 20%, he was looking at him like, no, this Negro didn't. So he tries to sweeten the deal a little bit so that the Rock Foundation could also benefit from this little arrangement. And he tells the guy, you're also going to make regular donations to the Rock Foundation. All right. And when they get outside, Douda is just like, what are we doing? Like, now we're working with small time, thugs or whatever. So besides all of that, guys, I'm trying to figure out what happened. Like, Douda, it was supposed to be somebody who had weight in the streets, and he has this certain name. He was kind of like the big man for, was it the 63rd Street Mob? It was one of those gangs. Where are those gangs? And why didn't these guys know who he was? I guess everybody doesn't need to know who he is, but I don't know. It just seems a little weird to me that they just I don't know, guys. I'm lost because I'm feeling like it seems like the gangs are gone now. We know that people are still running wild in the streets, but now we have this whole little operation of who are these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even none of the mobs that we've been hearing about, none of the gangs that we've been hearing about. I mean, come on. I don't know. That was annoying to me. All right, so now we get to we're back at the Rock Foundation, and Tracy is like, are you kidding me? Like, she finds out about the whole deal, and she's like, I sent you there basically to stop what's going on. If people are stealing, you offer them jobs. You don't offer, you don't try to get in on it. You know what I'm saying? Try to get a cut. And Roz is saying, listen, I just want peace until, or to be quiet until I'm done getting everything done, done getting all the donations and all of that stuff. So she just doesn't want any negative press or anything like that. So she tells Q, like, can you just at least stall them for a little while and let them be quiet? And Q says, I can put the word out. I can put that message out. So when they all leave, Tracy is saying, you were like this beacon of hope for me because I've been through so many things in my life. And, I was wrong about you. Basically, that's what she's saying. She was wrong. And because Douda is saying that, listen, we still need this guy, and she's like, you're basically taking orders from him. And so she's not too happy about that, right? And like I said, he said, we need him. Okay. But when she does her whole spiel about, I had faith in you and hope in you and all of this stuff now, and then she walks away crying, she really tugs on his heartstrings because he has feelings for her. Even though he's a psychopath, he does have a soft spot for Tracy, guys. Okay. And here's my theory. We already know that he is not too excited about dealing with Q. Now, I believe that he will probably kill Q for Tracy. All right. Q is kind of getting in the way, doing the most, and we already know that he wants the cops back where Douda doesn't want them back. So that's another reason to kill him and get rid of him. But then we have to figure out, okay, where are we getting the money from? But if Trig wins, Tracy did say he could be making about 125K a year or 100,000 a year. It was a nice amount. Okay. So if they can wait, I could see him taking this guy out, but we'll see. Don't know, but we shall see. All right. I see him doing that just for Tracy. Okay. Let me see what you guys are talking about real quick. Support Gaming says I might be wrong, but I thought that Q got killed after season 1. Wasn't it mentioned that he got popped overseas? I don't remember that. All righty. Let's see. Jeremiah said something, and Inga says, I see that happening. Oh, I guess you're talking about Douda dying this season. You got Mexican and Italian at the same table. I can't stand this show. Really? All right. Can't mix foods with some folks, huh? Huh, Lawrence? Pretty girl. 11 likes and 26 watching. Don't make me get ugly with y'all. LOL. Like the video, please. Thank you, boo. Okay. Thank you. Stop playing, y'all. Stop playing. Net. Hi, Matt. Hi, Net. All right. So let's move on. So now we see that Shad done invited this young man into Trig's house, guys. This ain't his house, and he ain't paying no rent or nothing. He told this little boy to come over and sleep on the couch. I was like, oh my freaking goodness, okay? But like I said, he means well. So he gets on the couch and he starts talking to him, and he's saying, thank you, Inga. He's talking to him, and he's like, what are your dreams? Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And Bakari's like, I don't know, like basically never even thought about this kind of stuff. He too busy out here trying to survive. Before we always saw him out here trying to just terrorize the freaking neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But so he says to Bakari says to Rashad, like, what about you? And Rashad said, nobody ever asked me that when I was your age. So he don't even really know like that. You know what I'm saying? And so Bakari says, well, if I have to start telling you, because I got to think about what I want to do, but if I got to start telling you my dreams, then you're going to have to start telling me yours. Okay. So I thought that was a nice little moment. All right. And then we have Trig, because he said, listen, I'm going to just let you know. Rashad said to Bakari, I'm going to let you know that I did not get permission for this yet. Okay. So let me see what the heck Trig gonna say, or Victor, right? And he was like, Bakari was like, that's not who I'm worried about. And at first I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I know him and Jake don't like each other, but the way he said that, it made it seem like maybe is there somebody on the streets that he has to answer to, you know what I mean? But especially when he knowing that he's behind one of the people still in the package. So I wasn't sure what was going on, but obviously when Jake came in, they almost got into a fight. So we see that there. We'll talk a little bit about that later. But Trig was not with it. Like, nah, he needs to go over to Trinity House. And Shy was like, they don't let nobody over there past 9 o'clock and all of that stuff. And so Trig said, we're going to have to change up some rules. So Shy is basically putting his foot down. Well, until you change the rules, he's sleeping on that couch over there. His little accent and stuff. Okay. And that's when that's when Trig tells him, like, you do not pay any rent over here. But he has to step in, Shy, and tell him that, remember back in the days when we didn't have nobody like this to help us out? And so this is when Trig was like, all right, but if he start anything, he got to go. Okay. And I was thinking to myself, like, you know what? He probably is gonna slip up. Cause like I said, I feel like with Bakari, you kind of got to keep your foot on this little boy's neck to keep him in check for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Because he has no home training or anything like that. So I think it'll be easy for him to kind of lose his way. So you really got to have like a tight grip on his kid. So I do see him kind of screwing up. I don't know if he's going to get kicked out, but they might give him another chance. Look, I got my fingers crossed for this kid. I want to see what they're going to do. I just want to see what the heck they're going to do with this little boy. I can't tell you he gonna survive, but trying to see what he gonna do. All right, so we have her crashing the party of the guys are playing a game. And listen, they ain't hold no punches. They was talking all that barbershop talk. The barbershop talk, how men just speak how the heck they want to speak because there's no women around. That's exactly how they were talking. And hey, they like, she want to be here. She gonna have to listen to everything the fellas talk about. And she's just like, why does everything have to be about sex? Why can't you just talk? Use your mouth to talk. And they like, ain't nobody trying to hear that. Okay. They had a lot of jokes. This was a cute little scene, nice little, some comic relief going on here. And we got to see just how old Darnell is. You know what I'm saying? Like, got the Bluetooth microphone, and he talking about some talk and Facebook. Like, he acting like he way too old. Like, come on, you're not that old, Darnell. Cut it out. Stop. Anyway, it was cute though. We also see that Bakari has called Papa over, and they watching some flicks or some karate flicks, having a little fun. And then Jake comes in the door, and he, like I said, they was ready to fight. Now Jake is pretty pissed off at him still, I believe, because he had a lot to do with that situation where, like, him getting roughed up by the cops. Because remember, like I said, Bakari was a freaking troublemaker, and he was starting trouble with Kevin, and Jake was sticking up for Kevin, and him and Bakari almost got into it. And when that happened, the cops came and they just went in on Jake. So it all started because of Bakari starting trouble. So Jake is pretty much not letting that go. He's not forgiving him. I wonder though, if them being under the same roof, are they going to squash it? Are they going to actually become friends? I'm also wondering if they're all going to become friends and Bakari is going to be the one that's going to be killed. And this is going to really just strike a chord with them, change them in certain ways, especially Papa. Maybe if Papa doesn't get killed, like some people are trying to say, maybe him growing close with Bakari and then something happening to Bakari is what's going to really, really change Papa and probably send him over the edge or bring him into this really dark, dark place, because Papa is always very positive. Okay. But lately he's doing, drugs, smoking a little weed. So, here he go talking about some. Oh, it's very big of y'all to bring in the wayward child. Like, boy, go sit down. I was happy. I love Papa, but I was happy when Shad told him to get his goofy behind up out of here. Okay, get out of here, bro. Lauren says anything is possible on this Shy. Yes, they all get on my last nerve. They really do. I'm so happy that y'all see what the heck I'm talking about. They be working my nerves on this show. All right. Meanwhile, this little cute situation going on here. They won. All right. She was a little salty, guys, that she didn't win the costume, like the best costume or something like that. They was about to leave and everything, but then they found out that they won the best dressed couple, and that was cute. So I'm like, okay, I'm happy for Kevin. So my little when I was looking last week, when I saw how he was looking at Lene, and I was like, are you looking at her like a sister that you love? Or are you looking at her like, so it doesn't seem like it, because we got back to his little friend over here, which is really cute. I like that. All right, so now we have this scene where Gemma and Jake sit down and they have to tell her father, and the father is like, oh, we got to take care of this right now. And of course, this is what she says: it's my body, my decision. And Jake is over there and he said he'll get 2 jobs, he'll get 3 jobs, he'll do whatever he has to do. And the father is basically saying, you are not ready. You guys are not ready to take care of a kid. And what does she do? She repeats, or she says the same thing that Jake said to Kevin. She says, who is ready? I mean, I might not have the words exactly right, but she says, who's ever ready to take care of a kid, right? And so this shows me that this little ninja done got in her head. I always feel like she's under this really heavy influence. And I keep saying this from Jake. Okay. She came in with this strong head. She has a fake strong head. I told y'all this. She has a fake strong head, these fake convictions that she got going on. And when Jake is involved, I mean, them things turn around quickly, because he was so sad about getting rid of the baby and all this stuff. Now she's over here and she's thinking about it. So it's not really her trying to say, oh, it's what I want now. Now she's on this, she's trying to please him. And I think that as time is gonna go along, and if they do keep the baby, it's gonna always be about her pleasing him. This little girl is just like, she's lost. Black girl lost. I'm sorry, black girl lost. All right. So the fact that she said the same exact thing that Jake told Kevin, it just goes to show we didn't see the conversation, but this is the reason why I also believe she came into this whole situation with, they're going to keep the baby now. So the father said, listen, you're right. This is your body. Okay. But you better think about this for real, because if you have this baby, there's no turning back. Okay. So now we got that in her head now. But my thing is, I'm so annoyed that she chases Jake as if she doesn't have a father. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that gets on my nerves about this little girl. But I digress. I just can't sometimes, y'all. I cannot. Woo! Jake easily sways her opinions, but I ultimately think that Gemma will miscarry and for okay. But that's a good point. That's a very, very good point. Because I forgot about that other, you know what I'm saying? That other alternative, that other situation. She could possibly miscarry, because I don't really see them making her have a baby. But they could, they had Keisha have a baby, but Keisha's older than them too. So, oh boy. Homie Hopper is guilt tripping Jake. Guilt tripping him to hell. He's the one that wants the baby. He wants the baby and he's swaying her. She guilt tripped him. I mean, he guilt tripped her. She's a freaking... Let me leave this little stupid girl alone. So now we get to the last scene And these ninjas, I mean, they spending all this freaking time together, didn't tell Tiffany nothing, all right? And they're drinking on top of that, drinking wine, alcohol, whatever you want to call it. So you know they're gonna be all up in their feelings. And then you get the song from Money Love on there, you know, I can sit and talk to you for hours, you know what I'm saying? And so they love this song, and he's on some, you know, come here, lay your head on my pillow. You know, it's just too much romance going on for me, guys, for Tiffany not to know what the heck is going on. Now, the reason why I'm a little annoyed by this whole thing is because, like I said, Tiffany doesn't know about it, and they are supposed to be friends. Okay, her and Keisha are supposed to be friends. You saw them vibing, partying together, and you know, just bonding. And you're spending, you know that this situation is complicated, but you're at this boy's house spending all this freaking time with him, and you know that eventually something is going to happen, right? So here's another reason why I'm really annoyed with this, guys, is because he's on a journey of celibacy, right? Did the 40 days pass already? Because I mean, come on. So he's on a journey of celibacy, and she has been through an ordeal where you just wouldn't think that she's going to be ready to have sex. You know what I mean? So I thought this was a little too soon. I would have loved to see them be more intimate in a way that was without sex. That's what I wanted to see. I thought that would have been the realest way for them to connect first. And then when they finally did do it, to me, in my opinion, it would have meant that much more. But I guess they couldn't wait. Maybe they're trying to get this done so that it could carry on with the drama. You know what I'm saying? So when Tiffany finds out, because now, oh, y'all went and had sex, it's gonna be a real problem now. All right. So who knows how Tiffany's gonna take it? But I don't think they doing all of this behind her back for her to just be, you know, be easy about it. I don't know about all of that, guys. All right. So yeah, the episode is called We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off, but they surely did. Okay. They took them clothes off. Now, she done zipped down her stuff and everything, and he down there doing what he do. And then, you know, it did look for a moment that she kind of had this thought, like she had her eyes closed and she kind of had to open them. Like maybe she was triggered for a moment and she opened them. And when she saw that it was Emmett, it kind of relaxed her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to find why it was so easy for this girl to have sex after she was repeatedly AR'd. She was captured. She was AR'd. It was a serious ordeal. Serious, okay? I don't care if it's Emmett. I don't care. It's just, I've heard it's not that easy for women that are victims to just jump right on in and start, you know what I'm saying? Have somebody all up in the canal like that. Okay. Now, anyway, that's just me. That's just me. So I'm not really here for it, guys. I'm not. I want to see what the heck is going to happen because I'm not here for it. I thought that their connection, I love their connection, but I feel like it was just too soon. That's all. Okay. So let's see what y'all talking about. First, Net says, I think that Gemma will miscarry. What else? Where is the nerd? Oh, he left. You know, are you not watching Lawrence? You did say you don't like the show. So she kicks him to the curb because he's not, you know, cool enough, I guess, unfortunately. You know. Is this the final season because it seems too quick? Yeah, that's a great question. I accept your views and opinions. I don't know what y'all talking about. Sorry, guys. I'm in your business. I'm in your business. Keisha forgot she is fertile. Ooh. Listen, thank you for bringing that up, LSW. Thank you. This is another reason why I'm disappointed in this whole thing, okay? Because when he told Tiffany that he was thinking about going celibate, she said, boy, you can't go celibate if you tried, because the way you operate is you'll find a girl, you're going to fall in love. And did she say she going to get the girl pregnant or something like that? I don't remember, but maybe y'all remember. And that would be so crazy because I wanted him to prove Tiffany wrong. And in this situation, he did not prove her wrong. And if he gets her pregnant, Tiffany is all the way right. Okay, all the way right. And now this is going to be a secret that no one can keep, honey. No one. And this young lady just got back to school. What is happening? Oh my gosh, what's happening? Lawrence Greer said no condom was involved in the scene that filmed in front of a live scene. What the heck are y'all talking about? Hey, Mo Dot. Thank you so much. Hit the like button, he says. I want to know if this is the last season. That's what I want to know. And look at me. It's not right, right? That's not right. Is this the last season? Is this the last season? Please. That's terrible. No disrespect to the writers or nothing, but I am tired. I want to get off. I want to get off this ride. I know I told y'all this already, but I want to get off this ride. Some things you just don't want to endure anymore. And I want an end. I want to close. Okay. And make it make sense. Like, shoot. I don't know what that person is. Me neither. Lawrence Greer said he hopes so. He hoping. I don't know what that person is talking about either. That's why when y'all be atting each other in the comments, and sometimes I just click on, let me tell y'all what I do sometimes. I click on the comments. I don't even read them sometimes. So sometimes there could be somebody saying something fresh and I will have it up on. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even read it. So I be just putting stuff on here and not knowing, and it could be a conversation that you guys are trying to have with each other. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm all up in your business now. Let me move. Okay. But that's that. Okay, so Inga says that she hopes so as well. Miss K, where is BMF? When is that coming back out? I don't know, but I can't wait. And I just hope that it's even better than it was, that last season. I have a theory that what's his name is not dead. What's his name again? Lamar. That's my theory. I hope it comes true. All right. So support gaming, please don't do me right now. I don't want to hear it. All right. I'm not even gonna highlight your comment. Y'all, if y'all want to know what I'm talking about, you could look. I don't got time for no ridiculous comments like that. Even though I appreciate you supporting and always coming through, but don't accuse me of stuff that's not true. Okay. All right. Mo Dot says BMF should be October after book. Okay. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited for book 3, y'all. So excited. I cannot freaking wait. Okay. So that's pretty much that. We're gonna have to. I thought we were supposed to be doing some lives with you, Mo. I don't know what happened, but I don't have your information. Like if you have IG or anything like that, so I wouldn't even know because I know you were saying you wanted us to go on to do P Valley and stuff like that, but I don't have any of your information, so I wouldn't even know and what time and all that stuff, So I wouldn't mind chopping it up, Anywho, guys, so I'm about to get up out of here. I love the fact that you guys are night owls with me on the East Coast. It's 2 a.m. Okay. And I really appreciate it. I love just this whole community. All right. And I'm here alone. And that's that. I'm not alone because I'm with y'all, but you know what I mean. Normally I have my girls and we can just go back and forth with each other, but I do love going back and forth with y'all. Okay. Now, support to my he not accusing me. You just said a few minutes ago. What did you talking about? Toronto. That's where you from? What time is it? Is it 2 a.m. in Toronto too? Or it's a different time? I don't know. But you guys make sure that you tune in for P Valley this Sunday at 8 o'clock, normally 8:05. We're going to be talking about it. I got my crew with me, and we will be chopping it up about P Valley. And we're going to see about the next little pregnant young lady, Terica, okay, acting all devastated and all that. Jeremiah said it is 2 a.m. Okay. Love you guys. You guys all have a blessed night. I'm going to read one more comment because Inga is saying something. I think I'm going to start going back and rewatch season 1 of book 3 within the next week or so I can start getting ready for the new season. Yes, I thought about that too. I want to do the same thing. Good night, LSW. You guys have a blessed night and good night sleep and all that stuff. I'm gonna go finish watching what is that? The Avengers? Is it Ultron? I forgot, but I started watching the Marvel stuff and I'm in love. Okay. It took a long time, but I am in love and hooked. And I really wish that I could just watch them all, but they are all 2 and some change hours. Too long. All right. Good night. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.